should be good to go, right, Karen? Everybody's here from the front? Okay. Well, let's get started.
Yes, I don't think there's anyone else. I don't think there's anyone else in there right now.
No worries. Oh, yeah, there's a few more people coming in. The numbers just increased.
Okay.
There you go.
It's showing up. Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, yes. Here they come. I can pop over there and check.
But... That's okay. We'll get started. And, when
we're on top of this person.
Yeah.
And maybe if you put your megaphone on, Julie, maybe they can hear you in the other room too. Then.
Yeah, absolutely. You should be able to hear me now and louder. So,
awesome.
Great. Okay. All right.
I'm on top of anybody now. Oh. Okay, good.
Hi, Sophia. Hi, Leona.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. We're just about to get started. All right. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy XR Women Wednesday, number 206. Today we have Marlaina Love, also known as Boss Leo, founder of the Diamond Resilience, going to be speaking to us today. Thanks so much for joining us. Our events could not be possible without the volunteers and sponsorships and partners that we have behind us. And I won't go through everyone here, but without all of these companies, these people, the humans behind all of this, and obviously some of the monetary sponsorships, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing today. And yes, we are at event number 206. If you do know anybody who would like to sponsor XR Women going into the rest of this year, we will continue our programming, and we have some great sponsorship opportunities for brands to align with the mission of our mission here at XR Women, to provide a platform and a place to celebrate, to learn together, to advocate for each other, and provide a stage for women to speak about immersive technologies. So before we begin, we are recording today, so your avatar voice and text messages may be shared publicly. We do have the chat, so please feel free to use it. We love seeing people chat there as well, especially about the presentations that we have and the conversations we have. Please be mindful of your avatar etiquette and controlling your avatar presence just while our speakers are speaking. Please mute if you are not speaking, just to make sure that there's no feedback. And I think there's a raise hand feature here, which my team will help manage any questions during the presentation. Please respect our speakers' opinions, which we do not necessarily reflect those of XR Women or leadership. And make sure you connect with others and collaborate and help make the future better for all of us using this technology. And the best thing about this is we are a global community, and we're excited to have everybody here with us today. So we'd like to send a very special welcome to some XR Women members that have joined us. We've had over 33 new members in the last 2 weeks that have joined our membership roster, and we're busy pulling together a little bit more information about who our community are and what kind of applications and industries they're all working on, so that we can share that with our community at some point this year. So we're really excited about our membership growing, and feel free to bring somebody along with you next time. I think if everybody brings a friend or shares with us, our community can be stronger every week. And here's some more members. So welcome. We've got some people obviously from the United States, but also from Kenya. So welcome. Just a quick reflection again on the Thrive in 2025 symposium. Many thanks to our sponsors and volunteers, the attendees, the student volunteers, and of course our partners and sponsors. We couldn't have done it without you, and it was heartwarming to see the collaboration in the community coming together and learning about this technology. So again, if you do need a student help at any student help at your events or conferences, the Ringling College of Art and Design, our student chapter is available and would love to participate and obviously get to know more of the community members. So you know, if you do need anyone, Jenna Watts is our student representative, and she will be happy to help. Oops, come on. Oh, I've got some more. Oops, I've got some more photos there that got mixed up. So just a second. There we go. Okay, we have once again the 2025 XR Women Awards are coming up at AWE. This is going to be our 5th year, and nominations are open. So please, if you know an XR woman who we should celebrate, whether it be for real world impact, for innovation, or trailblazer, those are our 3 awards. If you want to see who our winners were last time, the years before, straight through the gallery here on my right-hand side and beyond is an amazing space to see who our community are and the winners who we've celebrated in the past. So winners will be announced live on June 11th at AWE. Yeah, please nominate and celebrate an XR Women today. And here's some more photos just from us. You know, I think it's great that we have humans behind all of these avatars that we see every week, and it's great to have these events to put that human side of life together. So there's some great stuff coming out of this, and we're getting some feedback on how to better prepare and best prepare for the next symposium event. So stay tuned, even if it's next year. One of the things that I wanted to share is that there's 3 music mixes to listen while you work. This was shared at the symposium. The channels, there's over 12 hours of just background music or chill music, and they can be found on the YouTube channel, where you can continue your learning for all of the sessions that we do have and all of the events that we've had in the past. Everything you can keep on learning about AI. Allison's event is there with her presentation on the Metaverse Chamber of Commerce. I think we just uploaded Glenda Giles, who spoke the other week on financial literacy. So all of the events here, if you missed one in the last weeks, please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. And we also have an amazing space, and it's called the Research Central. It's run by our research librarian, Sarah Barker, who is here. She loves to meet up with anybody that's looking into peer-reviewed research and building out basically a library of this research. And her hours, if you follow her, she is present in this space on Thursdays, and she posts in the Slack channel. So make sure that you are a part of our Slack channel where the conversations continue. We always post about our events there, as well as Sarah's, when she is in the library and she is doing her research on Thursdays, she'll send out a communication there. We also have our merch store. This is one way that XR Women sustains itself, is every time there's a little bit of money that comes to us every time everybody buys a piece of merch. So we'd love to see it out in the wild with the photos at these events. So make sure you get some XR Women merch, or if you want to buy something for somebody nice, buy them something, and have there's some great XR Women ally shirts for men as well, and some golf t-shirts and stuff like that. And you know, let's get more people wearing our brand and supporting our community. Oh, whoops, I skipped one there. Okay, so part of there's one thing that we're trying to do here is just to keep everybody in the loop of what's going on with AI. As you all know, it's intense out there with how many things, how many tools. I just brought these two items up. Number one, Grok 3 was introduced this week. I think it was Monday night, Elon and his team went on and announced deep search. And, you know, apparently this one's faster, smarter, it's more intuitive, and just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that happened this week. Do your own research, but that's out in the wild right now. The other one I wanted to bring to light is the OmniHuman. It's a video generation app by ByteDance, and ByteDance owns TikTok. right? So this was crazy. I didn't put a sample photo in, but what you do is you take one photo and you put audio behind it, and it creates a whole video for you. And I saw an example of this, and it was so fast that even, my head was kind of spinning. I'm consistently, personally starting to use ChatGPT as my thought partner now. That is something that I think in a use case, in a day-to-day use case, this is something that we need to get used to, how we start to build efficiencies in the work that we're doing. And these two examples are on the extreme, but on the on the shorter side and more on the practical side, just asking questions to make your own work more efficient with ChatGPT or some of these search engines is something that everybody should be working on. There is that layer of digital identity and sovereignty and how you're managing that. And I think it's, the lesson about AI is understanding where your accounts are connected to and how say ChatGPT, if it's linked into your email, that that it is, because it's going to start to read stuff in the back end. These technologies are moving at an incredibly fast pace, and there's no slowing down. So there's only the translation is that we have to keep up. And this moves to my motivational words for the week. Here we go. I promised both myself and my leadership team that I would like to continue inspiring everybody with some words. And this week, I'm going to share the word energy. But the word energy actually comes from your passion and your purpose. And I have a purpose, and it's a bold statement. I'm inspired to educate the next generation of future leaders to think and act in a socially, economically, environmentally sustainable way using emerging technologies. I have a statement, I have a purpose, and that's where I pull my positive energy from. And that is allowing me to focus on exactly what I need to focus on what I can change. And I invite you all to do the same. Find your purpose, find your passion, find your purpose and your passion, not your organization, not your company, unless your organization is your company, but not the company or your partner's vision. What is your vision? And I think once you're able to make that statement about yourself and solidifying that, you'll find that positive energy that drives you into your focus. And I'm sharing all of this with you because I feel good saying this out loud. It's my own personal commitment. But I hope you take this away as your motivation for this week, and drill into those positive vibes only, and really into why you are here today, why you're on this earth, and what you're going to work towards, and what you can change and focus on. So moving on, that's my love to you this week. We have next week, Trisha Blake is going to be speaking February 26th. We're going to be learning about the Curiosity Compass, turning questions into tech opportunities. And we're going to actually be in a rival space next week. So please join us, and we'll see you there. Now, for today's event, I'm going to invite Marlaina up front and Paige. And just to give everybody heads up of what's going to go on today is I'm going to pass the stage over to Paige, who's going to introduce Marlaina. Marlaina is going to do a presentation here right now, and then we're going to go on a tour. So we will be leaving this platform, and we're going to go into Horizon Worlds. We're going to the XR Women Island. The QR code is here. I do have a bigger picture of it there if anybody wants to screenshot this. It's in your Oculus browser. Some people can get onto their mobile device as well. Paige can talk through anybody who has difficulty. Maybe jump into the chat if you are. We'll try and help you. One of us will stay behind to make sure everybody gets off okay. But that's the plan for the next 40 minutes. And Marlaina, Marlaina, thank you so much for joining us. Paige, thank you for hosting. And thanks to our community for joining us at XR Women today.
Thank you so much, Julie.
Yeah, don't forget to put on your loudspeaker, Paige. The megaphone.
Thank you so much, Julie. I'm really so honored and delighted to welcome Marlaina, Boss Leo. Come on and join me on the stage, please. Oh, yes. So it's just a delight and an honor to be able to welcome you. And um, today we have the pleasure of welcoming an incredible leader and visionary in the XR space, Marlaina Love, also known as Boss Leo. As a fellow Minneapolis innovator, Marlaina has been a powerful force in Web3, the metaverse, and gaming industries. And we are honored to have her as a part of our last Women in Horizon Summit. As the founder of and CEO of the Diamond Resilience, she is transforming career mobility and venture growth by empowering startups and digital creators to thrive in decentralized economies. With a background in global project management, she specializes in AI, blockchain, XR, and autonomous technologies, building immersive experiences and sustainable creator driven ecosystems. Marlena is also a passionate advocate for diversity in technology, serving on the boards of Smart North and Blacks in Technology, while working with the Global Blockchain Association to shape inclusive and sustainable policies. Her bold vision and dedication to innovation are paving the way for the future of digital economies. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to Boss Leo, Marlena Love.
Woo!
Woohoo! Yeah. Let's see.
Thank you. Thank you.
Looking for my confetti effects. One moment.
I think I can do one too. Oops, wrong one.
Excellent. Ah, popping balloons and confetti. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Take a
It's already in
moment,
here
everyone,
now.
to share your
I
emoji
love
and
it. I feel like I'm at a birthday party right now.
well, you are a star. So it's great to have you here. Thank you so much. And we love that you're a member of multiple women's organizations and here at XR Women today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Paige, Julie, and the XR Women for having me here today. It's definitely a pleasure to be here. As well, so I'm really excited to just really share a bit about my story, the passion behind the Diamond Resilience, and all the amazing things we have in store for this year here too. So let's hop right on in there as well. So, a little bit about me. Like Paige said, my name is Marlaina Love, and I go by Boss Leo IO in the metaverse. And have to admit, I do feel like a boss sometimes. Like it feels amazing to be able to go after your dreams and your goals and see that just come into fruition. Something that's often been difficult without the power of the technology that we have today here. So, a little bit about me and my story. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. I grew up as the middle child of seven siblings here. Unfortunately, I did lost my mother at the age of 8 due to diabetes, and I had to live the rest of my life in foster care with my grandmother. But my grandmother, she's what we call a phenomenal woman that who's very proud and very accomplished, and I get a lot of my drive and my spark directly from her. And as she will always say, that I was 25 years old when I paid off my mortgage, and we walked during school. So she's always an accomplished and proud of all the things she had, and I learned a lot of things from her. Unfortunately, as being a young child living with a grandmother that I looked up to so much, she was ill, and it did force me having to grow up very fast. And I lost a lot of my childhood because I was at home taking care of my grandmother. And this was also a home where I would consider myself a survivor of domestic violence as well. I grew up in a home with a father who was an alcoholic and an abusive person with that. And so you can imagine those traumatic experiences I had to go through while also taking care of my grandmother who was sick. So I didn't have much of a childhood, but I would say that it contributed a lot to that spark that I had, that desire of just wanting to not live the life that I was living at such a young age, of wanting to do so much more and just really escape that environment. I knew what it was like to be poor, to live as a middle child of seven, to be separated from my family, and to live in a single parent home. And I knew that that's not the life that I wanted for any children that I wanted to bring into the world. So my desire to be an entrepreneur, or in my case, I always said, like, I just want to be rich and wealthy and just not have to deal with this again. That was my inspiration. And being in Memphis at that time, we only knew one thing, that regardless of what that goal were in life, you were going to college. There's no questions about it. There's nothing like there's no discussions. You're going to college. And so I had to pick out my college, which I went to the University of Memphis. I majored in management information systems with a minor in entrepreneurship. I knew that I wanted to have a career in business, but I also wanted to be into tech because I knew tech was the future. And let me say that I was right. I'm glad I chose that route of tech because look at us. We're here today as avatars, right? And VR and XR. And who would have thought that I'll be at a club dancing with aliens and AI? I mean, like, we're living in the future. So I knew that I was passionate about tech in an early age, and I know I wanted to be a part of that. But like many, right? Life throws a lot of curveballs towards you, and that was definitely my experience when I went into college. I was a young entrepreneur. My very first business at the age of 18 was I did door to door sales. So, how many of you guys can agree about the whole scam with textbooks? Like, literally paying all this money for textbooks to barely use it and can't even sell it. Well, that was my first hustle in college, was flipping college textbooks, door-to-door sales. And after that, I ventured into what one would call multi-level marketing. At the time, I did not want to admit it. There was pyramid schemes, but we can all agree that there were pyramid schemes. But something that I realized about being in multi-level marketing was the power and the importance of having a supportive community. And although that this is what I consider one of my many failed ventures into the entrepreneurial space, this was also a time that I learned so much of my hard lessons early on as an entrepreneur. One of them knowing that those that you thought would support you, your closest friends, they won't. And it's not that they're necessarily there to support you, they're not your customers, right? And the other one is that the importance of selling your story, and that people buy into your story and not your product. And the third hard lesson that I learned was being resilient. in the midst of so many failures and so many difficulties that I underwent. And trust me, being a young entrepreneur, trying this for the first time, I failed at all three. And so, although I wasn't successful in my earlier um, endeavors, I've gained so much experience and so much knowledge that carried me to where I am today. And I failed so hard. And you would think, like, girl, please, you're just a 19-year-old entrepreneur. You got a life ahead of you. Yes, I know, but you know how hard it can be when you're in that moment there, right? But those lessons carry me to where I'm at today. And so I would say that in the midst of the journey, um, entrepreneurship, I always say that being an entrepreneur, one thing that it does is that it builds character. There's a saying that goes that says that no's builds your character and yes builds your business. And I credit a lot of my shortcomings because of my failures in business. And one of my hardest one being in that journey, being what felt like a lonely journey, being an entrepreneur of just getting anyone to support you, to buy into your vision, it can be really hard. But I had that one person in my corner, and that was my grandmother that really kept me rising. I come from a family of artists, ironically. And my grandmother was the person who never really went to college. She didn't believe in college. I wish I would have listened to her when she told me that I should have just went to cosmetology school and started a trade. Because life probably would have been different but right about now instead of being 60K in debt. I know a lot of us are rethinking life right now about what are we getting ourselves into when we can't have a stable job at this point, right? A job that makes us happy. But my grandmother was always my supporter. She never knew what I was doing in tech. It was always a foreign thought to her. But she said, as long as it was legal and it made money, I'm fully supportive of you. And she was my reason, as we call it, our reason of being, that purpose, the why behind everything that I did. And being a college student, who really didn't have a job, who barely made 7.25 an hour, I was really dead set of saying that, I want to make my grandmother proud. I want to prove to people that this business thing can work and that we can have a life that we imagine and that we cannot be below poverty anymore. And unfortunately, what a lot of people would tell you when you're in business is to really be in that moment and don't neglect your family yourself, because while I had a lot of people that were very negative, that wasn't supported, they said that you're not going to make it, this isn't for you, get a real job, things that we're probably familiar of hearing, right? Of like, this isn't it. Something to even know about that is that when you're in the beginning of your journey, it's the ones that are negative will be the loudest people in the room, right? When you're in that journey, which can lead to self doubt. And why I was really focused and trying so hard to just keep that to the side and doing my business there, I had a very unfortunate moment where I had to witness the death of my grandmother while I was in the middle of making my very first sale. When I ignored those text messages that said that my grandmother was on her last breath, and I was just really focused on making a sale and just trying to have a successful business, I have never felt so much guilt in my entire life and just really cave into all of that negativity that was there telling me that this path of entrepreneurship wasn't for me. And so naturally, like any 20-year-old, 21-year-old would think, I started to believe that maybe they were right. Is that, look, I've been trying this entrepreneurship thing at this point for a few years now. I haven't made any money. I'm in debt by investing in my own products and businesses. Maybe there isn't a space for me in this space. And maybe I should just focus on completing my college education, getting a degree and getting what they call a real job. And that's what I did. Because if that was my grandmother passing away while I was doing business, that was the sign that maybe it wasn't for me. And I took that as the sign. And so I graduated, of course. I was the top of my graduation class. I graduated with 4 internships in some of the biggest companies. And even before I graduated from college, I had my first corporate job offer waiting for me. Now, I'm not going to lie, being a girl from down south who's used to barely making 7.25 an hour, seeing a salary of like $62,000 was like jackpot. That was the biggest lump sum of money I ever found. So naturally, without negotiation or anything, I took that and ran with it because that was the most amount of money that I have made. And then with that, I went on to my era of being a corporate girly, as most people say, going to live the corporate American dream, um, and just working my way up to the top. But let me tell you that when they say that working at the bottom and working your way to the top is a real thing, it is real because my first job I was working in a basement. We had no windows. We only had monitors of outside look like. I was like, dang, like I really got to work my way up to the top here. Seriously. But I was determined. I was right out of college. I worked into project management and I was determined to be the best employee that I could be there, which means that I was always the first to come to work, and I was the last to leave. And sometimes that meant being at work at 6 o'clock in the morning and leaving at 9 o'clock. I worked day and night. I networked. I got involved. I volunteered. I did whatever you think it could be possible to be successful in your career and to network. And I had nothing but positive reviews. And I just remember after 2 years of working nonstop and being focused, what I was expecting a promotion was actually the complete opposite, which was quite surprising. Instead, I was being forced to resign. I'm not sure if we have a lot of corporate girlies in the room today, but you guys may have be familiar with a term called a PEP, Performance Improvement Plan. This is something a lot of corporate people refuse to talk about or don't even have the guts and can be ashamed of. And just like those individuals, I was ashamed too. It's like, how could I be placed on a performance improvement plan when I was one of the top performing individuals? Like, what went wrong within 2 weeks? And this was a wake up call to me. And I'm going to share this because this is really important. When I experienced my first PEP in corporate after 2 years, I had witnessed my character being attacked several times. I learned that HR was never an ally or a friend. I have truly witnessed the dark side of what corporate was about and what level of extent that it was willing to go in order to remove a person like me from their company. Now, for most people who have been put on a PEP, I can understand like them where they might feel like this is a very traumatic and a stressful experience. A lot of people who've been through the experience knows exactly what it's like of really what it does to your mental health and your mindset and how this can affect you and how you can start to doubt yourself. I lived through it more than once, unfortunately. And career mobility did not exist. Despite actually beating the odds of passing my PEP, I still had to witness my character being tarnished and my manager and culture, the toxic culture that I was in, go to the extent of forcing negative reviews in order to label me as a person who was unfit to do their job. Unfortunately, although I left that company and went on to work at different companies, my experience in corporate America did not end there. I have stories for days. Maybe we can talk about coffee or a campfire about I work in corporate. But In my 8 years of working in corporate, I haven't truly had a good culture or a good team experience, maybe except for one. I have been in situations where I was told that I did not belong there, that I needed to know my role and stay in my lane, and that maybe technology wasn't for me, that I should pursue something else, that I wasn't fit for anything, that I wasn't really there to be a part of them. And that can be very detrimental. Imagine going through that for 8 years and the toll that can take on your mental health for the ability to just stay stable and being embarrassed about it. So it's like, how do you tell your LinkedIn network that, hey, I've been laid off, or hey, I can't really find a job and stay on there longer than 6 months? In fact, in my 8 years, I have changed jobs 6 times. And the only advice I got was that, it's just a culture thing. Just keep going and you'll find a team and a culture that works. Well, I tried that until when my 30th birthday came around and I had to make a decision if I wanted to keep working and continue this life to find a team, or if I just wanted to take a moment and go all in on myself. I'm quite sure you can imagine that I took the latter there. So I'm sharing this because right now I know that we're in a period where a lot of people are facing uncertainty. A lot of people are being laid off and they're dealing with toxic cultures, and a lot of people are afraid to talk about it. But then there's a shift where people are starting to talk about it. It was because of what I gone through. Although I didn't have a outlet to talk about my experience of why these things were happening to me, I found other outlets in the metaverse. By the time I was 30 years old, I was diagnosed with prediabetes, and I was dealing with anxiety and depression to the extreme that my life was on edge there. And I really didn't couldn't find a way out there. And so I started to explore and find the metaverse here. I started to find other people and communities and just really talk about the things that I was going to. Now imagine my surprise to find out that I wasn't the only person going through it. I was shocked because ironically, in the real world, there's this stigma out there that sometimes it's you that's the problem, or that you're the only one that's going through it. No one's really talking about it, or they're afraid to talk about it. And there's no one who can relate to your problems. It's just no one had that outlet, that safe space to talk about it. Once I discovered an app called Blind, and I started sharing my story on Clubhouse, and then me being in a community called Metal Horizon Worlds and just started sharing more of my struggles of being not just a Black woman, but a woman in corporate America, more and more people started coming out and just telling me their stories about what they're going through and why they're here today. And one, I felt like I found a home of people that can relate to me and that I wasn't alone, that it wasn't me, that I wasn't an issue in corporate, that it wasn't that I was bad at my job, that I'm actually quite good at it. And for the first time, I had a chance to work on passion projects as a true project manager. And I got a chance to experience what it was like to have a full advocacy, to have people that support me, to be behind me and say, go through it because I trust you. And I was able to see the success that came with it when you have a supportive team. That spoke volumes. It made me realize, like, wait a minute, I am smart, I am intelligent, I am capable. I am more than capable of doing the things that people have told me for years that I'm not capable of doing. And as women, that happens a lot in corporate America, especially when you are in leadership positions. And so when I had the chance to remove myself from those environments and just really start putting myself in those spaces that wasn't necessarily tolerating me, but appreciating me and making sure that I just didn't have a seat at the table, but I had voice and influence, I started seeing the real true change that I could make in these spaces when I was giving the right opportunity there. And naturally, I grew that spark back and I became more rebellious. And I started to put my foot down on the type of changes that I wanted to see in the world here. And right now, in the midst of what we call the biggest technology disruption happening right now with technology, our voices are continuously being hindered, and we're being shut out of what's happening with the biggest technology shifts right now, right? And a lot of people are starting to see that when it comes to their career roles and when they're not being able to grow, they're not being able to make the change they're seeing happening, and you're seeing the effects of that. And so I'm sharing my story today to say if you're feeling these things, that you're not alone, but don't take those 8 years like I did at 30 to wake up and realize, like, wait, enough is enough. And that I'm not going to allow my mental health to suffer at someone else's expense because they want things to be done a certain way. We have seen from founders like Canva and amazing women leaders in these companies who's been able to change the world despite being in a male dominated field, who say that we're not smart enough and we're not good enough to be able to make those decisions. And we see what happens when we're not in those positions to do that. And so we're at a point now where we have to be in control of our lives, our future, and we have to stop asking for a seat at the table. One of my favorite quotes came by today with Tyler Perry. He says something that has stuck with me for I think 4 or 5 years now. He said, "While you guys were asking for a seat at a table, I went out and built my own." And that has always been my true nature. And that is why I've always wanted to be a founder, because I never liked the idea of someone having control about my growth and my career. And so I wanted to be in control of that. And I wanted to find my own things, my own path. And that's what I did when I founded the Diamond Resilience. And so that's a little bit about my story of resilience, of not only overcoming my own struggles of dealing with corporate America, but my own mental struggles of not giving into society of where they think I should be and where I should go, and not being afraid to speak about the things that has been troubling me, but also being a voice and a platform for others to be able to speak and to talk and to find asylum in the things that they're going through. As the name reflects itself, the diamond resilience. Diamonds, we go through so much obstacles and challenges, but in those obstacles and challenges, that's where we shine the most. And our ability to be resilient despite the differences that we go through, the difficulties that we go through, we're able to persevere and really go after the things that we accomplish. So by me finding the diamond resilience, I truly believe in a future where professionals can experience the liberation of a self directed career with unwavering stability and income stability as they forge their own distinctive paths. And I really care about, I believe that I'm put on this earth to drive societal and economic advancement through the next gen innovation. And my mission as I build out the diamond resilience is to eliminate barriers, providing equitable access and opportunity for all. I am hell bent on eliminating all types of barriers that stop us from reaching our true potential and for really seeking out the things that we were truly meant to seek out there. And so I'm building a platform to do that. And now more than ever, there's no better opportunity than what is happening with the fourth industrial revolution. There's three things happening right now: the rise of the creator economy, and we all see it. We're past the influencer area, the era right now, right? With more and more platforms, you now have tech influencers that allowing creators like yourselves and myself to be able to build careers just by selling your story, telling your story, and finding that community who can relate to you compared to what you're used to in the traditional employment structures. Now more than ever, with technology, there's tools like AI, VR, and AR that allow you to create with no limitations. Let me tell you, I've been in business since 19, and with my current startup, I have not made a dime in my business. I barely was able to get traction. But when I came across VR, and for some reason, I didn't know that I could build a world and build this business that I thought would probably going to take me 10 years to do. And I had to be a millionaire. The fact that I could just build my own environment and XR and make money from it, the game just changed. For the first time after 3 years of starting my business, probably more than that, because it was in 2018, and I'm not the best in math here. So if my math is right, it's 2025. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to try it. But let's just say in the year since I started my business, I've made my first $10,000 in VR. No investment, no support, anything like that. And I'll show you my metrics of what I've been able to do just by being an avatar in this space. But if I was able to make my first amount of money, to get my first sponsors and potential investors here, this just tells me that we're on to something great, because what we're used to in society, where we typically don't even get investments. Women are on the very low end of investments when it compared to men, and we haven't even talked about the black and brown communities. What happened? But the ability to fund your vision through technology is more accessible now than ever. And let's just face it, we're tired. Gen Z is standing the charge. We are tired of working our lives away at companies that don't care about employees. And a lot of people are starting to realize that now, that you have to put yourself first. You have to put your well being first. You have to take care of yourself first. You have to have that plan B. So, all of this is important in the midst of a fourth industrial revolution, which we call the digital era. Look like I have a little slice here. And so, right now, a study by McKinsey highlights that with the rise of the independent workforce, you have high earners making over $150,000, where I was stressing my mental health for just making 117K a year. Okay? Where you have people making easily 5 to 10K a month through digital marketing. That shows you where we're going there. And so I support creators in this space. And my goal is to build out this platform that is encouraging creative freedom and independence that allows the sustainable income here. And we're going against the fragmented and outdated career pathways that says that you have.
Marlena,
Yes, ma'am.
this is so fantastic. I have just sunk and joined you on this journey and got completely lost in your story. And so please forgive me. We are starting to run into time. And so if we would like to see your world in Horizon, we only have about 8 minutes left. And I want to, you know, I, I want to make sure that anyone who is prepared or waiting for us in Horizon is able to see your world as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for keeping us on time there.
I did not,
Absolutely.
and so I and that's the problem, and so I just um,
Yeah, absolutely.
completely um, was engaged within your story and could relate with so many levels from working toxic jobs within museums or within our communities to never making any money in different ways in entrepreneurship and how thank goodness for immersive technology that we can build the worlds we deserve. So I want to hear more. Will you take us? There is a link in the chat for the for XR Women Island. And once people enter into XR Women Island, you will immediately see a door to the Diamond Resilience. There's a beautiful flutter of butterflies around that door portal. Just follow right into it and we will meet you there. And for those who are able to stay a little bit longer, I will be available if Boss Leo, you are able to stay a little longer, that's great too.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. I'll meet you
I
guys
just want to
over.
point out that Jen has had her hand raised for some time. So she it looks like she has a question if you'd like to
Oh,
ask
thank
Jen.
you.
Jen, go
Oh,
ahead.
hi, thanks. I was actually in the other location and so I just got lost, but thank you. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Sorry
you.
about
Sorry.
that.
All right, let's head over.
Okay, let's head over.
Before you do go, oh, hold on, let me just put my megaphone on there. Before you do go, just because sometimes we get disconnected and some people have to take off, and just thank you so much for your story, Marlaina. We really appreciate your just being on the stage, sharing everything that you are, inspiring everybody with your experience, but also the empowerment that we all have within us to be strong, to create our own table and don't let anything
Yes.
stop us. Before we go, maybe just like a quick closing statement to this group here on number one, what we're going to see on the other side, and then number two, how you want to close off this session, and then we'll all move to the next space. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I just want to make sure that that we're all closed off. Then, Marlena, are you good? She's probably trying to go into the other space, so her audio might be.
She may already be
Yeah.
in her VR headset.
Yeah, no, that okay. So for everybody
Okay.
here, let's close this off. Thank you for joining today. Marlena will finish it off in Horizon Worlds. If anybody needs any help, we'll stay here for the brief moment, and then there's Slack channel as well to continue any conversation. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you we'll hop over to Horizon Worlds.
Hello. Just two of us so far, huh? I don't know if they're doing different instances or not. Or if we were supposed to wait where we were, but it sounded like we were supposed to come right in. Oh, here comes someone else. Hello. Hmm. I don't know if We were supposed to wait where we were or come right in. Oh, wait, I'm not hearing anyone. Maybe I have to make this louder. No. Are you talking, Prickly Alpaca?
Maybe we're all good.
Ah, I hear you now.
Hello.
Hi.
I don't know how to shake hands, but please pretend I'm shaking your hand.
I know that's me in frame. I just was like, I don't know what to do. And I kept crashing in frame in the headset, so I went on to iOS, but it's limited how many things you can do there. So
Oh yeah, that's funny. Well, found out, this is gonna sound silly, but I figured out I do have an Oculus version 1 in my closet, so I'm charging it up.
Yeah,
Use it.
version 1 won't work with Horizon though.
Oh, I thought.
So
I'm like, there must be a reason this is in my closet.
yeah, yeah. You need at least a 2. So I don't know if we should just be looking around or wait. Okay, so Julie's here. So it's definitely the right instance.
We're here. I'm here.
Okay.
I made it. Hi, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Jenny. But I don't see Marlena, right?
Right.
Oh, well, Paige was on the other side of the gate, so I guess maybe
Yeah.
she was with her. Because I haven't been in this
Yeah.
space either. So,
Yeah. Because it sounded like she was saying just go to, the island and then go right in.
yep,
But
which
then I was
was
wondering if,
that was my instructions too.
yeah.
Let's see
Okay.
what's over here. Oh, we
All right.
can't go through there. Oh,
Look
that's not a
around.
way through.
Oh, no?
Nope. I guess we go down here. Here, let's go
Oh,
explore.
yeah. Okay. Welcome to the exchange. Are these seats? Boop. Okay. If you go onto the seats, it brings you down to sit in them.
The community networking event for Web3 creatives. Oh, cool. So she's created like a community networking event.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even get into like the
Oh,
technology
cool.
piece, and I see she's
I know.
part of the Web3 community too. Is everybody here familiar with Web3? Just before I
Not really. One of the buzzwords that I
Tell
hear,
us.
but I couldn't explain it.
Okay, so the way to explain it is Web3 is the convergence of VR, 3D, AR, and AI. And then you've got blockchain, and the blockchain is going to validate the AI in that experience. So when you think about blockchain, it's not just crypto, it's actually that decentralized system that will start to validate information, whether it be, whether or not you're a deep fake or not. You'll have an NFT that's tied to your identity that will allow you into this space because we'll say, that, you're you and you can come in. Or if I want to share a document or something like that, it'll be tied to the blockchain because on the other side, that document may not be the same on the other side. So we'll start to validate a lot of the transactions and things that we do and the things that we have access to using the convergence of those three together. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great way
Thank
to put it.
you. I understand it more than I did. Still not well enough to be able to explain it myself, but getting there. Thank you.
No, that's okay. That's okay. It's not something, people aren't used to talking about blockchain in and not with the word crypto attached to it. which
Right.
there's still that currency transaction, but it's more of
she's here.
it's a validation, right?
Hi. Where's
Hello. There's Sophia and Jenny.
Oh wow, there's a lot of people.
Here she comes. Yay.
Oh, there she is.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Now can see me without the desktop. I'm actually moving.
Yay.
Hi. You guys made it.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
This is cool. Like kind of in between corporate and a nightclub. I like it.
Yes. Absolutely. It's a mixture of all things here.
Mhm.
Should have had like DJ music going here.
Yeah, for sure. Is there a presentation that you will share here, Marlaina, or
No.
you just want to take us on a tour, or is there anything?
Yeah, you can just go on a tour about what the exchange here, there. So I guess this is better than a presentation slide because you're getting it live here of what exactly
Yeah.
is the exchange. Absolutely. So I'll just talk about it. Can everyone hear me okay? I think I have the audio.
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
Great, great. So the exchange, I guess that's where we want to go to next on the slide about who the Diamond Resilience is and the different things we do. A lot of people know me through the exchange. This is a platform that I created for creatives and entrepreneurs to be able to exchange skills and assets and all things of value to help you within your journey. So, whether you're looking for resources, funding, or your first client, you're able to exchange that with someone else for free here through our program. And just like me, that's not 20 minutes long. You get to share your story of resilience for 5 minutes and then exchange your gifts. So when we first did this on lunch, we ended up exchanging over $5,000 of value, which means that we don't necessarily get paid, but you all were able to get paid or to get that amount of value back to you of what normally would cost a lot of money. So if you're looking for an accountant, you're looking for investors, you're looking just simple for a job opportunity or to work on your first project, this is what the exchange is about. And everyone that comes through the exchange, they're listed on our directory as well for future opportunities for someone that's looking for their skill set. So this is the signature event that we have here. And yes, it was inspired by the White Elephant holiday party.
Ah,
Absolutely. So this is pretty much the exchange here, and we have different creators that come and spotlight here. We do our sessions there. So that's pretty much it here. And we also have like different concerts as well, different artists who will come and perform. What I'll do now is I'll share another portal to the Diamond Suite, probably there. If everyone want to see the Diamond Suite where we had our pitch competition. There. But let me ask, do anyone have
some
like questions or initial thoughts so far? Yes.
Well, I was just going to say before with portals, I think they kind of changed some stuff here. So sometimes you can't get in if you're far away. So I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
Julie's too far, for example. So
Oh
we'd
yeah,
want to
absolutely.
come close to you before you do a portal.
Okay. Prickly, did you have a question? Thank you, Elena.
Mhm.
No question, Prickly? Okay.
If you're talking, we can't hear you.
All right, drop the diamond suite. There you go.
Whoop. All right, let's go.
Okay.
You'll see more of like the Diamond Suite, which is the home to all of the community jewels of the Diamond Resilience. That's the name of our community. They're all known as jewels. We have a newsletter that we send out here. We have a podcast where we do our mastermind Mondays on. We're getting ready to do season 2 in the upcoming months. And just not too long ago, which is currently closed off, we did our first ever pitch competition for startup founders as well. And we had a community come together to donate their services, funding, whatever they need to help them launch their startup within XR, to getting their own app created on the platform. So a lot of diamond jewels come in here to meet other jewels, to network and exchange skills, and also practice pitching, throwing different, doing different icebreakers as well. It looked like Meta Horizon made some updates, as always. So I see some things are missing. So this is pretty much the home of the Diamond Resilience. And what a lot of people don't know is that these buildings is actually the start of the different commercial real estate that we'll be building out with the different offices within a community. So as we grow and businesses grow within XR, every last one of them will have their own office suite to where they can create their own business in this space as well. So all of
Amazing.
that will be coming very soon.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah,
I
this is
like the
our
dark.
home there. Yeah, it's really cool.
I like the dark. It's got a really cool vibe to it. Like just it's really yeah. I wouldn't say it's dark. It's more it's focused.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I want a little bit of like you said, they're corporate, but still unrealistic in a sense. Like you're still not in reality in a sense here, because we're all
Mhm.
technically like superheroes. In some case, some people think I'm channeling my supervillain era. But yeah, this is for those who did want it to like get updates on where we're going and the events that we have. This is our calendar, not a, yeah, event calendar, Luma, LU.MA, the Diamond Resilience. And this is where we host all of our upcoming events, one of them being the International Women's Day Awards event. We have a startup accelerator, and then officially we will be launching the academy. We just established a partnership with the Web3 credential agency. So we are one of the first XR companies that will be providing career certificates accreditation, this ISO certified for a career in the blockchain crypto space. So whether you're looking to be a project manager, a developer in blockchain, or know how to develop smart contracts, we do offer certificates career certificates in that space that will set you apart as well, all within the network of the Diamond Resilience.
Amazing.
Absolutely. So a lot of things are coming. That's how I tell people that's the quickest way to get involved. It's just sign up to be a part of the newsletter, and then whichever opportunities sound like something of interest to you, you're more than welcome to be a part of that. Yeah, well, thank you guys for coming today and supporting.
Thanks so much for having
Thank
us. This is great.
you.
Congratulations on this space. It's beautiful and yeah, you're getting to business, which is great.